My Christmas one's next week.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got a cool live for you guys. This one's all about horror stuff. Our favorite kills from horror movies, favorite horror franchises, everything horror, different horror movies that we've seen. Going off my top 5 horror, which I did in the last video, which was Alien Romulus at number 5, Maxine at number 4, Longlegs at number 3, In a Violent Nature at number 2, and Terrifier 3 at number 1. There were some honorable mentions on that video that I didn't get to on the short, which I'll get to now. Stream being one of them, which is a film that came out this year from the same people that made the Terrifier. It was a fantastic film. I really enjoyed it. David Howard Thornton was great in that movie. Was one of the last appearances from Tony Todd that we've seen this year in that movie, which was awesome. It also featured the return of horror legend Tim Curry in his first role in over 14 years in film, so that was really cool to see that on screen. Abigail was a fantastic horror movie. Can't say enough good things about Abigail. It was a different twist on the vampire franchise, and something that the vampire franchise has been lacking for a while, and something that it really needed. Abigail gave us that and more, so Abigail was another honorable mention. Quiet Place, being a big fan of the Quiet Place movies, I really enjoyed the second one, not so much the first one. Day one was not bad. It's basically a setup film for the first one. But yeah, it was all right. It was one of the better ones this year. Salem's Lot, besides some poor CGI that was a little off and wasn't really the best, Salem's Lot still makes it on here because Salem's Lot had a great story and was very well done. Reminded me a lot of the It series, which is coming back next year, guys. Pennywise is returning, and Welcome to Derry, which is be exclusively streaming on HBO, so check that out if you're big fans. The best news probably of that whole thing is the fact that Bill Skarsgård is returning as Pennywise, so I can't wait to see what they do with that one. Next year, we're also going to be getting the Crystal Lake franchise, which is coming back for the first time in a while. I know it's lost directors here and there. It's kind of been all over the place. I know when I was at Frightmare, I got to ask Larry Zerner about what's going on with the F-13 franchise. He just kind of shook his head. He's like, oh God, it's been a mess. But yeah, they're working really hard on trying to bring us the Crystal Lake series, which is hopefully coming next year. So we'll see about that one. We're going to get into the horror stuff in a second. We'll allow you guys to dive in here with your comments and stuff like that. We're going to do the top 10 horror kills, or more horror kills, but we're going to do this uniquely, where I'm going to read off the different horror kills, and after each category, we're going to let you guys pick the winner of each category. So, for best horror kill, we're going to get started in a second, and you guys in the comments get to pick the best one that you think.
There we go. We're good. I was gonna hack at it. Smack his stomach.
And this year, guys, Rye Barrett actually won Best Kill for In a Violent Nature. I got to congratulate him on that at Frightmare in the Falls. He was such a nice guy to meet. He was awesome. Really good with his fans. I got to get a picture with Rye Barrett. It was really cool. He was super happy about winning the award. He said he didn't do most of the work. It kind of went to the special effects team, but it was still cool to talk to Rye Barrett about that. He was such an awesome guy. Okay. The best horror kill of all time, we'll start with they're not numbered, but the yoga kill from In a Violent Nature, which actually won for best kill this year at the Chainsaw Awards. So congratulations to Rye Barrett on winning that one. But this one's up to you guys. You guys get to pick, so this is all new. The shower kill scene from Terrifier 3, David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. The bedroom kill of Glenn, Johnny Depp's character from Nightmare on Elm Street. Sleeping bag kill, the Friday the 13th and New Blood. Kane Hodder obviously is Jason. The bedroom scene from Terrifier 2. So those are your choices, guys, for best kills. So I'll let you guys pick them if you want. For me, it's probably the shower kill scene from Terrifier 3. As much as I love the yoga kill and as unique as the yoga kill was for In a Violent Nature, I would have to give it to David Howard Thornton for Art the Clown scene with the shower scene in Terrifier 3 was just disgusting. Best lead actor in horror film of all time. We got David Howard Thornton. He's coming into his own, actually, recently a lot. as Art the Clown. Art the Clown, to me, especially after Terrifier 3, is right up there with Freddy Krueger. He's right up there with Jason, Pinhead, Leatherface. He's right up there with all of them. He's really well done. James Jude Courtney is Michael Myers. Obviously, he took over the role. In the later films, he was great in that series as well, for the Halloween series.
You can add a new one, too.
If you're going to talk original Halloween, obviously Nick Castle. Nick Castle is fantastic. Freddy Krueger is Robert Englund. It's no question there. Kane Hodder is Jason Voorhees. Rye Barrett is Johnny in A Violent Nature. He's just starting out. Very young actor. He's really good. He's definitely coming into his own. And he's a super nice guy. If you get a chance to meet him, guys, at conventions, definitely check out his booth. He is absolutely awesome. He really loves taking time out to spend with his fans. And, like, at Frightmare, he gave me, like, 10, 20 minutes alone. Like, just talk to him. It was fantastic. He was awesome. Highly recommend meeting Rye Barrett if you get the chance. You love my channel. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Gunnar Hansen, obviously, the Leatherface. He was the best one. How do you identify when a franchise has passed its... When a franchise has passed its prime, it's kind of hard, Kevin.
Fast and Furious is the prime example of that.
For, like, horror, I would say, like... For me, Friday the 13th, I use that as kind of an example. After the 4th film, it drops off a bit with the 5th film. The 6th film's hit and miss. 7, 8, 9, and 10 are all right, but that one drops off a little bit. For Nightmare on Elm Street, it was kind of the same thing. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, awesome movies. 4th, it kind of filters off a little bit. Until Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which brought Freddy back to the real world, made him scary again, basically made Freddy what we love. It took a lot away from the comedy side of things, and it made Freddy more terrifying, which I liked. It all depends, to me, too, on the directors. So, like, directors have different visions for where they want to see different characters. A lot of the directors in the later Elm Street films wanted to make Freddy more comical. So that's why there's a lot more jokes in the later installments as there is in the newer installments, as they were trying to make Freddy more scary. More Than One Fright Night? They did the unfortunate Colin Farrell one, which is terrible. Don't watch that one. If you're going to watch Fright Night, watch the original one. Tom Holland directed. That one's awesome. I love the original Fright Night. But they did 2 remakes of Fright Night. The second one, I think, is like a girl vampire thing. It's kind of weird. It's not very well done. Nicolas Cage is on here, obviously, as best actor for Long Legs. He was great in that film for the short amount of time that Nicolas Cage was actually in Long Legs. He absolutely stole the show, and this film reminded me a lot of Silence of the Lambs. So if you guys were big fans of Silence of the Lambs, you like that kind of style of horror. Nicolas Cage's Long Legs kind of brought that to us this year. It was cool. It was something different that we haven't seen in a while. And to me, it was kind of refreshing to have that back, to be like, okay, this is really cool. And he absolutely stole the show in Long Legs. It was fantastic. Brad Dourif and Chucky, obviously, is one of the best actors in that franchise. It's unfortunate that the TV series got axed. I was really looking forward to season 4. It was going to be awesome. I was hoping that there would have been some kind of conclusion to the end of the series. Hopefully Don Mancini is able to shop it to another network, or we can get Chucky back in maybe a movie format or something. It's just unfortunate that the show got axed right when it was getting good. Spider-Man, yeah, Spider-Man's a good example too, buddy, of like kind of dropping off a little bit. I'd even say with the Venom series, like I know they only did 3 films for Venom. First and second one I really enjoyed. Venom, The Last Ride or The Last Dance, I enjoyed it a little bit. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was as good as like the first 2. I thought they did a much better job on the first 2 for Venom as opposed to what they did with the last Venom one, which was it's okay. I know they were writing off Tom Hardy as Venom, which was unfortunate, but it was all right. I prefer Venom 1 and 2 over the new one, though. You love my videos, so thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. For Best Leading Actress in a Horror Film, obviously Jamie Lee Curtis, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Jamie Lee. Halloween, she's forever going to be the Laurie Strode that we all know. But did you guys know? I know you probably do know. She's not the only actor to play Laurie Strode, as if you count the Rob Zombie series, Scout Taylor Compton plays Laurie Strode in those ones. And to me, Scout does a good job of playing Laurie Strode. She's actually not bad. I didn't mind Scout Taylor Compton's job of playing Laurie Strode. She did well. Going to watch Scanners this weekend. I saw it in the 80s. Can't remember it's any good. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, 80s horror is the best, in my opinion. Janet Leigh from Psycho. Lauren Lavera is one really underrated actress that I think is really coming into her own. If you have seen Terrifier 3, you understand like how much she's improved as an actress since like the first Terrifier 2 that we've seen her in. This year she was incredible in Terrifier 3. She was amazing. She's going to be something, I think, to look out for in the horror industry, especially like her just getting off to her start now with the Terrifier franchise, getting her name out there. Her job in part 3 was absolutely unreal. Her and David Howard Thornton both stole the show. Terrifier 3 is amazing. One of the best in the franchise, in my opinion. I enjoyed the second one, but I think they did a lot of cool stuff with part 3. It was really neat. And the cool thing to learn about Terrifier 3, which I'll tell you in a second. At Frightmare, they had a panel with Bill Diamond, who actually worked... He worked on Muppets for a while, and he worked on Dark Crystals, that kind of stuff. He was actually... It all kind of came together, he was saying, up at Frightmare in the Falls last year with Damien Leone, David Howard Thornton. They asked him to help direct with the movie, so... That was really cool to learn that at Frightmare in the Falls. And basically, in the whole scene at the Santa chair was all his doing. He set up that whole entire scene. There's an Easter egg in there for Bill Diamond himself, where he has like a diamond above the Christmas chair. The Santa chair, which he also had with him at Frightmare in the Falls. He had the Santa chair. He had a couple other props from the movie that if you had seen the movie, he would show you. But if you haven't seen the movie, he wouldn't show you. So... It was really cool to learn that. And the fact that they were in the mall with their Terrifier shirts and people were wondering, okay, what are they filming? And Bill Diamond told us at the panel on Frightmare in the Falls that they just lied to everybody. They said, oh, we're just filming a mayonnaise commercial. That's what it was. We're just filming a mayonnaise commercial. Meanwhile, they're all walking by with Terrifier 3 t-shirts. So that was cool. It's always cool to go to the panels. You learn so much from the actors about the different roles in the movies and how things kind of come together, and it's really cool. Terrifier 3 is fantastic. If you guys are big Art the Clown fans, if you haven't seen it, go and see it. It is wicked. It is only in theaters... I believe this is the last week for Terrifier 3 in theaters, so if you haven't seen it, go and see it now because it won't be in theaters long, and it's definitely worth it if you're a big fan of the franchise. I've been to the panels only once? Oh, wow. I love the panels. I tend to go to a lot of them when I'm at Frightmare in the Falls. I've been to it twice already. The panels are very well done there. They're really well organized. Rue Morgue, they do the panels at Frightmare in the Falls, so they're really good people, and they do a really good job of asking the questions to the actors and actresses and stuff like that. It's really awesome. They did a really good job with the Friday the 13th Part 3 panel, which at Frightmare in the Falls had a cast reunion for Friday the 13th Part 3, featuring Larry Zerner, Tracy Savage, David Cadams, and Mike DeLuna, who was the stunt double for Michael Brooker in Friday the 13th Part 3. So that was really cool to see that panel. Being a huge Jason fan. I actually got to talk to Larry Zerner for quite a while, which was wicked. He is an amazing guy. If you haven't had a chance to meet Larry Zerner, if you see him at a convention, guys, definitely say hi to him. He is awesome. He took a lot of time out with me at Frightmare in the Falls, talked to me a lot about the movie, said that if you have to, you have to see the movie in 3D in the theaters. Not so much at home, but he's said you have to see it in 3D on the theaters because it is awesome. They changed so much of it, and they did a really good job on it. Larry Zerner is an awesome guy, so if you're out at the panels or you see him at like horror conventions, definitely go and talk to him. He's amazing. David Cadams was cool. He talked about his kill. Got to talk to him a little bit at Frightmare in the Falls. He said most of his kill was cut from the movie, though, because it was supposed to be more graphic. The skin was supposed to be a little bit more frayed and stuff like that when he got thrown into the electrical thing. It was supposed to be a lot more graphic than what we've seen, but a lot of it was cut and a lot of it was done off screen, so he was awesome. Tracy Savage was okay. Mike DeLuna was really cool. I had a good experience with basically every guest there. Savini was good. He's not very interactive with the fans, but I could have just caught him on a bad day because he's pretty good. He just doesn't. He's just a little awkward around people, but he's cool. He's a horror legend. Okay.
You want actresses?
I'm on what?
The actresses. I don't think about it. You can change them if you want.
Heather Langenkamp, obviously from Nightmare on Elm Street. Daniel Harris, Jamie Lloyd. I got to meet Daniel Harris at Frightmare in the Falls 22. She was at Frightmare in the Falls this year, but I didn't get a chance to meet her this year. She was charging like I think it was $110 this year for her autograph. It was a little much here in Canada, but definitely awesome. If you go to get a chance to meet Daniel Harris, definitely do it. She's amazing. Sigourney Weaver, obviously, from the Alien franchise. Best horror franchises. Now, there's so many of them to choose from for the best horror franchises. Terrifier, All Hallows Eve. Terrifier is becoming, I would say, one of the biggest horror franchises of this year. But not only of this year. I'd say Terrifier is basically becoming this generation's Elm Street, this generation's Friday the 13th. And Art the Clown is basically becoming this generation's, like, in the 80s, we had Jason and we had Freddy. Those were our two guys. Nothing topped Jason and Freddy. But in this generation, we have Art the Clown, and Art the Clown's pretty cool. I give Art the Clown his props. David Howard Thornton was amazing in Terrifier 3. I can't wait to see what they do for Terrifier 4, as they're always upping the ante with each Terrifier movie. They're making kills more and more gruesome. If you've seen the shower scene kill, it is pretty graphic. If you've seen the Santa kill, it's pretty graphic too, where he takes out Santa Claus. That one is absolutely brutal. With the liquid nitrogen, it's disturbing. But yeah, Terrifier is becoming basically this generation's Elm Street and this generation's Friday the 13th for people. And that's good. Like, I'm happy that this generation has their horror villain. We had Freddy and Jason. They have Art. And I'm proud to say Art is up there with them. Halloween, obviously. Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously. Friday the 13th. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Alien, Child's Play, Predators was okay. Scream, absolutely. Excited to see Scream 7 as casting news for that one, as we got Neve Campbell back for Scream 7. I believe Roger L. Jackson's returning for Scream 7. And we possibly have Courtney Cox, I think, is confirmed that she might be returning to the franchise too, which is cool. I'm excited to see where they go with 7. Not really necessarily sure that we needed 7, but it's coming and it'll be cool. I'll let you do the kid-friendly ones. And if there's questions, I gotta get my voice back so you can take over.
You kill me, Smalls.
You don't have to go over all of them.
No, I can do it. I'm making a joke. I'm not seeing. Sorry, guys. I'm seeing. For family, I'll quickly do this. I'll do the words remix so my friend can stop killing himself, Smalls. I put Casper, Scooby-Doo, Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, Beetlejuice, Casper and Wendy, Ernest Scared Stupid. If you haven't seen that, it's hilarious. I'd like to see John Cena redo that movie because it looks just like him. Addams Family and Nightmare Before Christmas. I could add Ghostbusters as family, right?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay, Ghostbusters. And for worst remakes, I didn't. What year did Fright Night remake come out?
I don't know.
Fright Night remake. There's I also put on Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. My friend, I hate that movie to no end. The Fog 2005. I don't know what my friend said was garbage. I haven't seen it myself, but Child's Play 2019. The Monsters 2022. The Thing from 2011, and Answer the Call 2016 are the worst. Any remakes I forgot that are bad? Oh, and Paris Hilton's House of Wax. I totally forgot about that one. I own the damn thing. Any other horror bad remakes that you think are bad that I can't think of?
No, I think we've nailed all of them, basically, I think.
Did I? Oh, another horror legend. I forgot. Tony Todd as Candyman. I totally forgot about him, and I forgot who's Hellraiser, original Hellraiser. I can't think of his name.
Doug Bradley.
Doug Bradley. Thank you. So I did forget a couple. I'm not. I did this for my friend because he's a big horror guy, and I thought we could surprise him. I surprised him with it. I'm a superhero nerd. You'll see some stuff next week. I might do like my top favorite superhero, but this is horror. This is the thing that my friend really loves, and thought we could do one just on horror. I agree with him on Terrifier. I think Terrifier is basically this generation's Freddy Krueger big time. I mean, I'm not, as you know, 2 had me grossed out, but 3 was probably the best film they did. I think Terrifier 3, for horror, I don't think anything's going to top that for this year. I think that takes horror. And it's coming from me, which, you know, it's shocking. And I forgot, another guy I forgot, I completely forgot him, was Ash Williams, a.k.a.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell. I did this on a whimsical, a word I don't use often. Would you put Toxic? He's supposedly horror. I read it. He's a horror movie and a horror character. Does he fit?
Not really.
Okay, I did this all on memory. Not.
Oh, bring out the Chucky thing there.
If I can lift. You realize I was sick. I think I can. You can talk. Then.
And like the mask, I'll show them the mask. I'll show you guys a couple cool items I got from Frightmare.
Stuck.
I'll let you guys take the floor. So.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I'd love to hear you guys' top 10 horror movies of this year, or top 5.
Or even just anything horror you guys love. We want to hear from
I'll show you guys this cool piece that I got from the Butcher Shop, FX Studio at Frightmare in the Falls. This awesome Chucky doll. Like, look how cool this is. This is actually like hand painted, hand sculpted and stuff. It is a wicked rendition of what Chucky looks like. It's so cool. They did an awesome job of that. The best $160 I ever spent, I think, at Frightmare in the Falls.
I didn't know if you wanted that. I brought that down as well.
I'll show you guys this cool mask that I got. It's my own Jason mask, but I got it signed by the entire cast of Friday the 13th Part 3. As you can see, that's Larry Zerner at the top. And he put It's My Mask, signed it Shelley. I have Mike DeLuna, signed it Jason 3. Tracy Savage, signed it as her character Debbie for Part 3. And David Cadams signed it Chuck, which was his character in Friday the 13th Part 3. Obviously, he played the stoner guy, so... And then I'll show you my cool photo op with them.
Well, that's right.
Then, yeah, I'll leave the floor to you guys. So there it is there, guys. There's David Cadams, Tracy Savage, Larry Zerner, and Mike DeLuna. The entire cast of Friday the 13th Part 3 with the mask. I mean, if you have a chance, guys, to do the cast reunions, if you're big at attending these horror conventions, definitely do it. It is definitely worth the money. You won't regret it. I mean, that was, I believe it was like $160 for that, but you're getting everybody in the whole photo, and it's not very often that you're going to get the entire cast of a film together to do a photo op with. So if you have the chance to do it, guys, definitely do it, because it is worth it. It is money well spent. It's a nice keepsake that you have forever, and it's awesome. I'll show you guys a couple more that I got from Frightmare, and I'll let you guys take the floor. Show off these last two.
Oh.
I also got this one, guys, signed by the legendary horror special effects artist Tom Savini. Creepshow. Such a beautiful signature on the pink paint pen that he used. I believe it's pink or purple. It's one of the two, but that was cool to meet him. A legend, obviously, of the business. And I got another legend of the business, known mainly for his work on The Walking Dead for a lot of years. He also is a student of Tom Savini. Talking about the legend Greg Nicotero, who was part of Frightmare in the Falls. Got him to sign my Creepshow figure. He talked to me a little bit about Creepshow. Says that they're working possibly on a new season, so we'll have to wait and see what comes of it. He's just waiting. He's got ideas to run for a third season. Or not third, but a fourth season, sorry, of Creepshow. But yeah, it was awesome to meet those legends alone at Frightmare. Tom Savini being like an absolute horror icon, being in the industry for so long. His recent cameo in Terrifier 3 is awesome. He's only in there for a brief couple minutes, but it's worth it. Tom is awesome. The Greg Nicotero, obviously I had to get the chance to meet him. horror icon as well for his work, obviously, with The Walking Dead, most recently with the Creepshow TV series, and just an overall good dude. Also got to meet Michael Bailey Smith, who played Super Freddy in Friday the 13th Part 5, I believe it was. Amazing guy, super nice. He actually spent, I think, the most time with me out of all the celebrities. He was fantastic. He talked about his football career not working out so well because he got injured, how he got the role, working with Robert, how Robert kind of took him under his wing for Super Freddy. Amazing guy, super nice. Can't say enough good things about him. Can't say enough good things about the organizers, too, for Frightmare in the Falls. Those guys do such an amazing job every year at running the convention, putting the best possible list of guests together. They run amazing auctions every week, too, at Icon Autographs. They're just great people overall. And I really appreciate what they do for the horror community. Unfortunately, we don't have that same luxury in Ottawa with our convention, as we don't get a lot of the horror names. I'm hoping that it changes this year, that we actually do get some big horror names. But the most saddest thing, I think, overall was that Tony Todd was scheduled to be at Frightmare in the Falls this year. He was also booked for, I believe it was a horror convention in New York. Unfortunately, he had to cancel both of them as he was sick. Little did I know at the time that 2 weeks later he'd pass away when he was gone, fortunately. So we would have had the chance to meet Tony Todd. There's nothing I could have done there. There's nothing that could have changed possibly meeting him. His health was just not good at the time to do the convention. It's unfortunate how those things work out. But definitely, if you guys get the chance to meet the older celebrities, do it now. Do it while you have the chance, while they're there. Because you don't know if there's going to be another opportunity to meet them, or if they're going to be able to do any more conventions. That's why I find it super important to meet, like, the older celebrities. The younger celebrities, can meet them at any time. But, like, for me, the big ones for me was, like, meeting Michael Berryman, as he's an older statesman in his late 70s. Tom Savini being almost 80, These are opportunities that don't come around very often. And when they do, it's definitely worth the time to go and meet them, because, you never know what happens. But yeah, there we go, guys. I mean, Tony Todd was an absolute legend. His work in Candyman will never be forgotten. I watched it recently. It definitely held up. That voice still brings memories back to me when he does the whole voice in the movie Candyman. It was awesome. His most recent role in Stream was really well done. We are going to get one more, I believe 2 more movies with Tony Todd next year. I know for sure he's in Final Destination Bloodlines, which is coming out next year. It's one of the last times that we'll see him. He's also in another movie called Wolf Something, which is his final role. So definitely intrigued to see both of those, as I'm a huge fan of Tony Todd. He was such a legendary actor, and from what I've heard, one of the absolute nicest guys in the horror industry, as most of them are. I mean, they can be intimidating on screen, but in real life, guys, they're, like, absolutely awesome people. They're definitely worth meeting for sure. But yeah, Tony's had so many good roles. I mean, his most recent role for a lot of us was his work as Venom in the Spider-Man 2 video game, which he absolutely nailed the role of Venom. It was so cool to see Tony Todd play the character Venom. It added a uniqueness to the character, I found, for Venom. He definitely would have worked so well in the live-action version if they did Venom that way. But yeah, Tony Todd was just awesome. Just a great actor. Another role that stood out for me a lot with Tony Todd was his role in the remake of Night of the Living Dead, which was directed by Tom Savini. His work as Ben. He absolutely stole the show in his role as Ben, and did such an amazing job in that movie as well. His work in the Hatchet series, his work in Hellfest, even though it was just kind of like small little cameos. His work in Final Destination. Just such a legendary actor. It's sad that we lost such an icon this year, but cheers to Tony Todd, and thank you so much for all the memories and all the great movies. We love you, Tony, and we miss you. But yeah, that's basically what we got for you guys for the horror stuff. Yeah, Maxine was one of the better ones this year. Alien Romulus, Longlegs, In a Violent Nature is underrated. If you want a good movie that's close tied to like Friday the 13th kind of thing, In a Violent Nature is really well done. Rye Barrett steals the show as Johnny. This one's actually shot from the killer's perspective, which I thought was really cool to actually see first person. It's like if we got a Jason movie set in the 80s and done in first person where we just see Jason and Jason's like our main focus. That's basically what we got within A Violent Nature. There was some story like plot holes and stuff, but there's going to be in horror movies. But to me, it was worth it. It was a great film. I thoroughly enjoyed it in A Violent Nature. I really enjoyed Stream. I was happy I got the chance to see Stream. Not only did we get to see an awesome appearance from Tony Todd, we also got an incredible appearance from Tim Curry that I never thought that we'd ever see. 14 years in the making, Tim Curry's first role back is in the movie Stream, a small independent film from the guys who brought you The Terrifier. And it's so important to go out and see these movies, especially the independent films, guys, because, you know, without them, we wouldn't have Art the Clown. We wouldn't have Johnny, a.k.a. Rye Barrett from In a Violent Nature. We wouldn't have Stream. We wouldn't have any of these movies if not for us going to see it and supporting them. So it's awesome to see that so many of us went out and supported Stream at the time when it was playing. And so many of us went out to support Terrifier and made it the highest grossing film of the franchise. And that's says something. It says a lot about the fan base for Terrifier and how far along that we've come with these movies, that, you know, horror's seen on more of a national level than it ever was before. And that's because of movies like Terrifier. It's because of movies like Stream, In a Violent Nature. These kind of things is what brings it back to the limelight, back to the spotlight, where a lot of people wouldn't be out seeing horror films. Now we're out going to see majority of them. So it's awesome to see. It's awesome to see the love for horror, especially growing now more than ever with Art the Clown, obviously, with Alien Romulus. Fede Alvarez definitely turned that franchise around, I think. He made it more scary, because what Alien was lacking prior to Romulus was the scariness. And Fede Alvarez definitely delivered that. And I knew that he would. I knew he was a great choice for director for Alien Romulus, especially with his work on Don't Breathe and stuff like that. I kind of figured that he would, you know, deliver an amazing performance as a director in that movie, and he did. He did a great job on that one. Longlegs director was amazing for that movie. That was really well done. Terrifier 3, we can't say enough good things about that one. Stream, obviously. Abigail. Abigail definitely is one that changed the vampire genre that has been long overplayed and long done, and just too many movies done with vampires that didn't stand out. And Abigail definitely was one that stood out to me. It was really well done. The lead actress was amazing in it. The other lead actress in it was great. Like, it was just an overall great movie. Salem's Lot I thought was fun too. So lots of cool stuff, guys. Lots of good horror movies this year, and it's awesome to see so many of you guys go out and see them. So I'll shut up for a little bit. I'll let you guys hit the floor, take a couple questions. If you want to talk horror movies, let us know. And we'll be wrapping this up shortly, but I appreciate every one of you guys coming on here and checking out our live streams, checking out the videos, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, guys. I didn't plug it yet, but like, share, subscribe, and comment. It always means a lot to me, guys. How many movies do we watch a year? Oh, wow. Jesus, we watch like...
Well, how many movies do you watch a year? I watch about
20, 30, maybe higher than that.
I'm 40 plus. I know you don't see me, but I'm 40 plus.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of movies that we watch every year, Kevin. It's quite a bit. especially in like the horror genre for me is where is my bread and butter. That's what I always see a lot of.
Oh, not surprising.
I'm still anticipating Nosferatu.
There you go.
I didn't mention that one yet, but I'm excited to see Nosferatu. I was a little let down by Bill Skarsgård's performance in The Crow.
Everyone
That was awful. I love Bill. He was great as Pennywise. I just did not like him in The Crow. I'm hoping that he delivers as Count Orlok. I got my fingers crossed.
Toes, fingers.
Everything's crossed for that movie. It's a great cast. Robert Eggers, I never seen any of his movies, so I'm intrigued on Robert Eggers' work. Nosferatu is a horror classic, so I'm interested to see what they bring to the table for this remake version of Nosferatu. Your friend needs to be on camera for a minute. There you go.
I need to be on camera. Sorry, I apologize in advance. I may hack by accident. Just got over cold, so I'm not on. I'm hiding. Yeah, he's the horror guy. I'm comic book, Disney.
Deadpool Wolverine was sick this year, though.
Yeah, Deadpool is what he was saying. So I had myself. Sorry, I'll bring it closer. I hide myself. One of our favorite movies of the year. Yes, I got it on 4K. Oh Christ. Yeah, Nosferatu. Did you see The Monkey?
No, that's coming next year.
That's another one I'm actually intrigued on.
That's Patty Jenkins, the same director from Longlegs.
Yeah, that shows you. I'm the same for Nosferatu. I'm sorry, I do have a bit of a stammer. I stutter sometimes now, which I don't know where that came from. We're both Nosferatu. We both are excited. Bill Skarsgård. And yes, I'll agree with him. I'm super fan. The Crow was stinker. Stunk up the superhero genre. Genres, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm on, at least I'm on. I'm talking. If I had to say a word, I just make sure I'm correct, not being corrected. I mean, another one I'm excited for is Complete Unknown. I'll do a short on that. Why I'm excited, I won't do it here on the Horror Night, but that's what I'm super excited for. And don't worry, I won't bore my friend with that film. I'm a big fan of the artist that the film is based on. I'll talk about that in a short next week. I'm going to do some short. I will be doing some shorts again. I can't go live for some reason. We don't know why I can't. And if I did, I don't know what I would do. My friend is probably better with the lives than I am. I'm good with the shorts. Like, I can do shorts, come up with, like, you've seen them. I do, Did You Know? Can I think of any right now? The only, Did You Know? My friend's going to show you something really badass. 2 seconds. I'll pop back on in a minute.
Check out this, guys. Syndicate Studios chainsaw from Army of Darkness. This is Ash's chainsaw, which actually, talk about Ash, they are actually doing 2 more Evil Dead movies. So if you guys enjoyed Evil Dead Rise, there is 2 more Evil Dead movies on the way, plus possibly an Evil Dead animated series. Walk down the street with that, yeah. Yeah, Kevin, it's awesome. It makes sound effects, too. It makes actual chainsaw noises. It is pretty sweet. It's actually, like, Ash's chainsaw from Evil Dead.
Talk about the side store game about Evil Dead.
Oh, yes, Retro Realms. If
That's
you
it. That's gonna go to the bathroom.
if you haven't played Retro Realms, definitely check it out, guys. Boss Team Games, they are awesome. I will be getting the special thing for Boss Team Games, I believe, in a week or so. I got the collector's edition, which comes with, like, Michael Myers, some cards, a whole bunch of stuff, a cool little arcade system thing. But if you're big fans of Halloween and Evil Dead, I'll show you the chainsaw sounds in a second. There you go. If you're big fans of Evil Dead, play Retro Realms, guys. Retro Realms from Boss Team Games. Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead are 2 of the things on there. They're awesome. And speaking on side-scroller horror games, as we're sticking on horror for tonight, Terrifier is coming out with a game next year, and I'm super excited for it. Terrifier, the artcade game. A little fun play on words. Artcade is coming out next year, so I'm excited on that one. I believe it's on all platforms. It's got co-op. It's another side-scroller, beat-em-up, retro kind of style game. Super excited for it. I think Terrifier fans are going to eat it up. Pale Girl's in it. It's going to be awesome. So if you're big fans of side scrollers and retro style video games, Terrifier might be for you. And if you are fans of that style, check out Retro Realms, Halloween, Ash vs. Evil Dead. It is awesome. I love that game. Really well done. Boss Team Games, I can't say enough good things about them. As, you know, they've been nothing but kind to me. They've given me codes because there was a delay in the shipment for the collector's edition. And no, it's not because of Canada Post. I have other shipments that are delayed because of them, but that's not because of them. They just screwed that up. But yeah, they gave me 2 codes for the game. They gave me a code for the DLC because my DLC wasn't working at first, but they gave me a code. Like, here you go, we're gonna give you free codes. Everything's, you know, you have the game on this release date. You don't have to worry that, you know, it's not gonna make street date for you, but you get to play it anyways. And shout out to them for being such great people and just, you know, giving me the codes and stuff like that is absolutely awesome. Is the rest of your place like that room? Oh yeah, it is. It's nuts in here. There's tons of cool stuff there.
Do you have a pen?
No.
I was gonna write something down for you.
Kevin, did I show you the Jason mask? I don't know if I showed you the Jason mask.
I'll see if I can find a pen down here. Somebody must have.
I can show you the Jason mask. I did meet Tom Savini at Fright Miranda Falls this year, which was awesome. I do have Tom Savini's autograph. I got to meet Greg Nicotero, Michael Bailey Smith. Oh, you didn't see it? Oh, sweet. I'll show it to you. And my photo op. Just give me a second.
Okay, done. You do. I'll write something down for you.
I wasn't sure if you've seen it or not. But here it is here. I know my glare is horrible here. There's Larry Zerner at the top. He wrote, "It's my mask," and signed it Shelley. Mike DeLuna, who's the stunt double for Michael Brooker from Friday the 13th Part 3, signed it. Tracy Savage, who played Debbie from Part 3. Chuck, he was the hippie guy from Friday the 13th Part 3. David Cadams. So there's the mask. And the coolest thing for me was this. I had... crap, the bottom thing fell out. I had to get this. This is the photo op, guys, with David Cadams, Tracy Savage, Larry Zerner, and Mike DeLuna from Fright Miranda Falls. They were awesome. Larry's such a great guy. He's really nice with everybody. He's just an overall great guy. I'll show you guys the... I don't know if you've seen the Savini autograph. I'll show you there, Kevin. I'll show you the Savini and the Nicotero. I don't think I showed you those ones. This one's the Tom Savini one. Signed it in a beautiful purple paint pen. Tom Savini on the Creepshow figure. And I also got the Greg Nicotero signature on the Creepshow figure as well, as Greg worked on the TV show, and he also worked on Walking Dead for a whole bunch of years for that show. And being a student of Tom Savini, it was pretty cool because Tom Savini and Greg Nicotero were basically side by side with each other at the convention. It was awesome. Actually, I can show you the Raya Barrett one. You just got to give me 2 seconds because I'll have to do it on the camera thing. It'll be different, so 2 seconds. All right. We have to scoot over there, Ty. Awesome. This is the Raya Barrett one, guys. And he signed it to Chad, watch out for Johnny. Signed by Raya Barrett. This was a different one, as this one actually, they just got those for the convention. It's the winner of the Fangoria Chainsaw Award for Best Kill for this year, 2024, for In a Violent Nature. Raya Barrett from In a Violent Nature, which is absolutely awesome. Friday the 13th fans, obviously you got that one. Harry Manfredini with the actual score from the film, which is awesome. I got a lot of cool horror stuff. A lot of F-13.
A lot of everything.
A lot of all kinds of stuff. Just thinking 7 years and someone has all your stuff on the Antique Roadshow. You never know, right? These horror actors could be like big stars in those kind of years, especially those that are just starting. You never know, right? Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. I know. I'm hidden.
I also got a cool horror magazine too. That's the thing. Rue Morgue magazine. This one's just came out actually recently. I believe it's 40th anniversary for Nightmare on Elm Street. So the whole book is basically talking about the entire Nightmare on Elm Street franchise and 40 years of Elm Street.
Excuse me.
Which is really cool
Ow.
if you're big Elm Street fans. Because you can even bring this book, like let's say if England ever comes to a convention,
If he
which
does.
I highly doubt it's going to happen, but you can even bring this book to the convention and get it signed by him. Would be awesome. It's one horror actor I've never met that I'd love to meet, so I'm definitely excited
Both of
to
us.
hopefully get a chance to meet him sometime soon.
We're hoping for this year's Ottawa Comic Con. Sorry, I'm not in the photo again. I'm just trying not to hack.
It will be a sought after collection, oh for sure.
Hey, some upcoming horror films for you to talk about.
Upcoming horror films, obviously for the next year and a couple years from now. 28 years later, coming soon. I believe that one's next year.
All of them next year.
Quiet Place 3, Black Phone 2, The Bride. I don't know much about that one.
That's the Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh. Final Destination's Bloodline. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which I'm excited for because I love Five Nights at Freddy's 1. It was awesome. Matthew Lillard is fantastic in that movie. He's such a great villain. King Spawn, which hopefully is next year. Megan 2.0, Saw 11, Screamboat, which is the Steamboat Willie horror movie with David Howard Thornton and a couple other people from The Terrifier. And The Wolfman. And I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is the remake, which is also starring Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. making his return to the franchise.
But they don't have this.
How did you guys get so involved in the horror genre? Older siblings, parent? For me, it was just young. I just loved like Freddy and Jason. Well, like normal kids were watching, regular movies with happy kid stuff. I was watching Jason and Freddy do their thing.
Be honest, right?
And I've been hooked on it ever since I was young, basically. I just got involved. I just fell in love with the genre. I loved it so much. I mean, it scared the crap out of me as a kid, but I just continued to watch it. And it just continued to grow over these years. And, attending Frightmare in the Falls 2 times now. It's a horror fan's dream to go to those conventions. It is awesome. If you love horror, there's so many great people there. Even if you're not even super into horror, there's so many great vendors there, so many great panels. The organizers are fantastic people, so it's just great. It's just awesome to be, to love the genre so much and to get to do these conventions and stuff like that is really fun. And we're hoping to grow the channel even more, that maybe at some point, you never know, maybe we get so big that we get to attend these things for free, so I'm hoping.
Probably my answer, but you can answer for broke.
But you got to get a lot of money to get to attend those things for free, and I think that'll be a long ways away.
Did he ask how I got it? You can basically answer for me too, because of you.
I know it's all movies and acting, but do you recall a movie that was just so bad and stupid? Oh God, there was tons. Leprechaun in Space was horrible. Oh my God, I wanted to bang my head against the wall watching that one.
I'll step in for 2 seconds.
Another one that's bad for me that I can go on an epic rant on is Jaws: The Revenge. Sharks making friggin' wolf noises or animal. It's just the stupidest movie ever made. I don't know why they continued it past 2. Jaws 4 was horrendously bad.
Now, is it all movies or just horror movies that we talking about? Here?
Jaws 3 was borderline. It would have been good if it was 3D, but it wasn't 3D.
It was.
It was just garbage.
There you go. Are we talking
Friday
about?
13th Part 5, it's not bad. It's just the fact that you don't get Jason. You get Roy, who's not Jason. Just doesn't work.
Jason X.
Oh, Jason X in Space was bad, yeah. Jason Goes to Hell is
Not bad.
not bad, not great.
I'm not a horror guy. I can't answer.
Leprechaun in Space, yeah, oh God.
For my,
It's not as bad as the remake Leprechauns though, with like Hornswoggle and stuff. Those were just
oh, you've actually
bad.
Seen, I didn't know you've seen that.
that was just awful. Those made-for-TV ones are just the worst.
Actually, the one with Hornswoggle went to theaters. Another another film series that I guess, did you like any of them? Was Sharknado.
Maybe the first one.
For me, are we talking horror though? Because I mean, it's just movies in general, or just horror. Oh Christ! Oh boy, I don't know. Is he asking for all movies? Because I'm gonna answer, but it won't be horror.
What about a really stupid crossover?
A real stupid. Well, AVP, Alien vs Predator would be one. I thought. I mean, the other question quickly for myself. I did not like Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell. I did not like he's the same with him, the two Jaws, the 3 and 4. I think that's and I didn't like the Jason's and McCoy Pumpkinhead.
Oh yeah, Pumpkinhead Blood Feud I think was called.
Yeah,
It was
it didn't
bad.
work. It didn't work. Crossovers, not been many bad ones because there weren't really bad ones. AVP.
Freddy vs. Jason was okay. It's a cult classic, but it's not great.
What do you see?
It's a cult classic, but it's not the greatest.
I can't think of any more, guys. Sorry.
But that was actually supposed to be like three of them actually was supposed to be in it. I don't remember what happened to it. There's a big thing about it though, that it was supposed to originally be Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, because of the whole thing with the Necronomicon coming into play to bring Jason back,
Excuse me.
which was supposed to bring basically a trilogy with the three of them in it. As like a trio versus each other, like triple threat kind of match, but that never took place. Fortunately, we just got Jason and Freddy, which is not a bad movie, but it was okay.
Probably bad because we didn't get Robert. That was, remember?
We got Robert, but we didn't get Kane Hodder. Wasn't asked to do that, and
That's bad.
laughable graphics, sets, or costumes. Oh wow, that's a good one, Kevin.
Anything?
Jaws: The Revenge. Jaws: The Revenge has probably the absolute worst graphics outside of Jaws 3. The absolute worst graphics. Costumes, it's not so bad on that.
Costumes. I'm gonna stay off here. I'm not sorry.
Costumes aren't terrible in that one, but the graphics and the
We've seen worse.
it's just bad.
We've seen worse. The Canadian Shark movie, remember?
Oh yeah,
No.
there's a lot of them that are
Costume-wise.
costumes are hard to. I don't know.
I didn't really like the way Jason X looked. I found the costume there kind of took.
I like
away.
the Uber Jason. Uber Jason was cool. That's a cool look for him.
Yes, but the movie kind of failed on them. If they had done the film better, the costume. I know. I'm gonna start this. My friend will take over. There is one. It's a remake. He didn't like the look of Freddy Krueger in the 2010 remake. He could go on a rant on that. I can't use the word he uses. I am special needs. That's why you probably think I talk.
That one wasn't the bad, but I mean,
You hated it.
yeah, it wasn't
I can't
great.
use the word. As you
Robert
know,
Englund is always gonna be Freddy to me, though.
But you know the mask.
But yeah, laughable graphics, obviously. I mean, I can even go with like I love Evil Dead, but like watching Evil Dead now, the graphics and stuff. First time is fantastic. For the 80s, perfect.
The first two.
For today,
The third one, not so much. When I got into it,
and Army of Darkness is kind of one of those ones too. But it's not terrible, but
it got me into horror.
some of the graphics in that are kind of cheesy. But 80s horror was that, right? It was cheesy.
It was
It was a lot of cheese,
But it may.
but it was good. It was good, kind of cheesy.
Oh.
Yeah, there's tons of them. I
Thank
mean,
God I didn't have to talk about what got me into horror. You're looking at them.
Huh?
Remember they asked how you and I both got into horror? They're looking at who got me into horror was you.
no.
That's the easy answer is you. So I don't have to answer. You answered everything, both of us.
But yeah, that's the ones I can think of, Kevin. There's some bad ones. There's some good ones.
The bad one was the animatronic Chucky.
We tried the Substance. I got
We got
10
dizzy.
minutes into the Substance
then
before
we
I had
got-
to shut it off.
We got dizzy, remember?
I just, it just was not for me. I just couldn't. And not that I couldn't take it. It's just
Made us dizzy.
the way that it was filmed and yeah. It was a trippy ride. It just didn't do it for me.
No, either of us.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. I mean, Chucky's later looks in the later Chucky franchises don't look that great.
I tried.
Chucky and the original ones are obviously fantastic. The TV series version of them was cool. I like that they had the old man Chucky this year was kind of neat. I like that they actually got to see Brad Dourif play Chucky, or Charles Lee Ray himself, which was really cool, and him and Chucky doing a couple scenes together, which I really enjoyed. Unfortunately, got canceled, which sucked.
Don't forget, Muscle Man Chucky.
I was hoping they would have ended that, because we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's the end for Don Mancini. I think he's probably gonna shop Chucky around to some stations, and maybe somebody will pick it up, or worst case, it's gonna get a movie, which I'm hoping that eventually that's the way it goes. Thanks, guys. Got to take off. Have a good night. Have a good night, Kevin. I appreciate you coming on, buddy. I appreciate you subscribing and being one of our OGs.
Oh, geez,
You're one of our OGs, man. One of our original members. So
there you go.
shout out to you and everybody who's tuned into the stream. We'll take a couple more. I'm going to lose my voice soon, so we'll wrap this up quickly, as we've almost done an hour talking about horror, which is awesome. I hope this video blows up and does well. I hope everybody that's tuning in for the first time likes what they see
And
subscribes to the channel.
That's the word.
Give us a like, give us a follow, share the video. If you think that this will be something cool that your friends will want to check out, definitely share it, guys. We appreciate everything. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. And that'll be it, guys. Have a great night. We will see you on the next one.